Guys, thought I'd do a few walkthrough solves. I'm gonna do 5 of them. I am a color neutral solver, but I know a lot of people watching this will be, maybe white and yellow, or even just white. So I'm gonna do 2 solves on white, 2 on yellow, and 1 on another color. I'll put the Scrambles in the description or something. So for this first one, I'm gonna do another color for this one, and then I'll do white and yellow after that. So for this one, I'm gonna do blue, and I see that on blue we already have 2 pieces that are solved correctly, white and yellow, and then the other ones we have are here with orange and here with red. And so I'm gonna solve this by putting orange in first, and then that'll put the red piece ready to go. And then I know that my first pair is gonna be this one, and I'm gonna have to rotate to solve it because this is gonna be undisturbed. And then I know that I have a pretty good idea that my second pair is gonna be this red-yellow, because I know they're gonna be in the top layer. But yeah, I think I would sort of just track those and see what happens. So first I would insert this orange, then this red, and then rotate to solve this guy, sort of keeping track of where these 2 pieces end up. And I see that they end up here, so I would probably solve those into the back left like this. And then I was tracking this orange-white pair, so I would rotate to solve those like this. And then that sets up this, this white and red pair, which is quite nice. So I would just insert like that. And then we have this WOLO and a G perm. Okay, for this next solve, I'm gonna do yellow, and I have my cross pieces here and here, which those are not correct in relation to each other. And then I have my green piece here and my blue piece here, which is on opposite. And so is this guy. So I'm gonna do a bit of an awkward cross for this one. And the only reason being, it's gonna preserve this orange-green pair. So yeah, oftentimes I find having an awkward cross is not so bad if it means you have a good first pair. So that's why I would do that. So what I would do is I would first put my blue piece on opposite. So that puts these 2 correct in relation to each other. And then I would put green in like so, and then move it back to put red in, and then do a D2. So that preserves this pair. So I would insert them like this. And I was tracking these 2 as I was doing that. So I can do that like this. And now I didn't really see anything. I saw this edge, but I don't know where its corner was. And I saw this guy, and I see it's not that one. But so I guess this is kind of an interesting point because, definitely this would be a spot in my solve where there would be a pause, because as I was inserting my last pair, I only saw this guy. I would have glanced to see this corner, and they're not together, but I can deduce that the edge of this that goes with this corner is back here, because the only other place it could be was here, and that one has green on it, so it's definitely not. So I would have deduced that these 2 make a pair, which I can set up like that and insert rotationless, which is nice. And then I know that my next pair are gonna be these 2 guys, so I'm tracking those, and they actually pair up. So that's quite nice. So I would insert them like that, and then OLO, and an NB perm. Okay, I'm gonna do yellow again on this scramble. And what I see is I have this cross piece on opposite here, and I have this one ready to go in on opposite, this one ready to go in, and then my last one, which is blue, is here. So I think it's fair to say I'm gonna insert these guys on opposites, and then what I would kind of look for is, you know, I have a few options of when and where to insert this last piece. I could insert it on opposites right away. I could do the D2 first and then insert it on blue. Or I could do it sort of in between those two. And the way I would decide which one to do would be basically just looking for the one that gives the best first pair. And in this case, the best option is to do it sort of in between as I fix my cross. And the reason is that it's gonna set up this pair, this blue-red pair. So I'll just go through slowly. I would put this guy on opposites, this guy, and then I saw that these two were gonna be like here. So I would do a D and then insert my blue here, and then another D, and that solves this pair. Or not solves it, but it sets it up. So then I would rotate and insert that into the back, and I see this is gonna be my next pair. So I would rotate here to solve this orange-green. And I see my next two pairs, one's here and one's here. Either of them are great, but I'd probably do this one next. And then that leaves me this one rotationless, which is kind of nice. And then an easy OLL and Harper. Okay, now I'm gonna do a couple solves on white. So I see I have my cross pieces here. I have this guy, I have this guy, and this guy. So the way I would do this is first insert green and red together, then align my cross and do this one. And I know that my first pair is going to be, it's going to be this red-green, and this, its edge is here. So those are both gonna be in the top layer when I complete my cross in sort of the simplest way. So yeah, I wouldn't make this too fancy. I would just put these two guys in, and then this guy, and then I have this pair. So I would probably do this like here, and then I see that that actually brought out this free pair, which is quite nice. And then here, not the best cases. I see this edge, and it took me a split second to notice its corner was here, so I would do that next, just like this. And then I would rotate and do this one from here. And then an easy OLL and a J perm. Okay, for this last solve, I'm gonna do white as well. I have my cross pieces here on opposite. This one ready to go in, this one, and my last one is here. So I would solve this in a pretty simple way. I would just put all my cross pieces on opposite, and I know my first pair is gonna be this green-orange and green-orange. So I would do this, and then insert this guy into the back on its opposite, and then do a D2. And then, well, that built this free pair, but I didn't see that. So this was the one I had planned, and so I would do this. And at this point, I would see this free pair. So as I'm inserting, I would notice this and rotate to do that. And that also split this pair up in a very nice way. So I'd rotate to insert that into the back, and then I'm left with this pair. So I would insert that rotationless, and then got this OLL again, and an E perm. Thanks for watching.